This example is from MGF 1106 in Chapter 8, specifically Section 8.2, when we're talking about area and converting one square unit to another square unit. The key thing in these problems is not to forget that the units are squared, so we have to take into account two dimensions, and it's not just a one-dimensional linear conversion. So in this problem, we know if it was one-dimensional, that 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters, using our metric conversions from section 8.1. But again, both of these units of measurement are to the first power. But in this problem, we have squared units. So what we have to do is square each side of the equation and realize we would have 1 square meter is equal to 1,000 times 1,000, which is 1,000,000 square millimeters. Now, if you're more of a visual learner, pretend so I created a square here that is 1 meter by 1 meter, which means the height is 1 meter, but so is this length here. It's 1 meter. And as we said earlier, 1 meter is the same as 1,000 millimeters. But when we're talking about area, to find the area of this square, we would multiply length times width. So 1 meter times 1 meter would be 1 square meter of area. But if you multiplied the millimeters, you'd have 1,000 millimeters for the width and 1,000 millimeters for the length, and you would get 1,000,000 square millimeters. So 1 square meter, a meter by a meter, is the same as 1,000,000 square millimeters, because obviously they're much smaller. Now we need to use this conversion when we convert from square meters to square millimeters. What you do is you first write down what you have, or what you're given, which is 0.059 millimeters squared, and we're going to multiply this by what some people call a unit fraction, a form of 1. And in this problem, we want millimeters squared to remain and square meters to divide out. So we're going to put square meters on bottom and square millimeters in the numerator. And what we have just found out is that 1 square meter is 1,000,000 square millimeters. So when we do this multiplication, the units of square meters will divide out, and the units of millimeters squared will remain. So our answer is 0.059, not times 1,000, because that would be a linear conversion, but by 1,000,000. So that means the decimal point in 0.059 will go 6 places to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have 59 with 3 zeros after it, which means 59,000 square millimeters. So the answer to this problem is C. And all we did is we took what we had was given, 0.059, and we multiplied it by a form of 1, which some people call a unit fraction, with the units that we wanted to divide out on bottom and the unit that we wanted to remain on top, and we multiplied it out, and we got 59,000 square millimeters.